What's good with y'all young boys? Dallas getting back in the building. You see, it's a whole new setup now. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time trying it. Let me know in the comments if it works or not. You know what I'm saying? We with Soul and Sage, you know what I'm saying? Exposing Kendrick Perkins. Alright, bro. KP, alright.
Alright, Perk, you've given us several gems like Steph Curry's offense is his defense, Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double, and we thank you. But I ain't gonna lie. What you been doing with this MVP race has gotten nasty. We gotta pack you up, bro. I'm sorry.
And also, before we go into the rest of the video, this is by far the most annoying MVP race I've ever witnessed, bro.
Oh my god. I believe his short interest is, but I can't stand it.
Hey, I think this is my first basketball video, but you know what I'm saying? I got a mind of me, you know what I'm saying? So, look. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Kendrick Perkins been on some BS. Because I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but like, ever since he came out with those false claims that the MVP, the voters are racist or more geared towards white players, that's dumb and stupid, right? Ever since then, Embiid been in the front runner for over Jokic this year. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. The fact that ESPN really do be pushing these narratives, bro. Narratives really make the difference in the MVP vote. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It makes no sense, but it makes sense in this. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense in this context.
Everybody's just stupid this year. Everybody's just dumb. It's not even like you can't make an argument for one of the three, but everybody just brain neutral takes.
Kendrick Perkins, Ramona Shelver, and Malika Andrews, Chene
Malika!
That was 48 hours ago,
Yeah.
Perk. Some MVP performances, though, that went down last night. Let's take a look at one from Joel Embiid against the Celtics. The Celtics were a little bit shorthanded. No Jaylen Brown in this one. No Robert Williams.
Mickey Mouse
But
50,
Joel
bro.
Embiid
Mickey Mouse 50.
showed up, and he showed
Let him know.
out. So we're picking this up with just under 8 minutes left to play here. Sixers down by 2,
I ain't gonna
but not for
lie,
long,
Benji.
Chene.
That is
Where's
the
the
Yeah,
danger
yeah,
zone
50,
right
50
there.
on Blake
High
Griffin, bro.
free throws.
Congratulations.
That's your
Congratulations, bro.
Oh my god, Blake Griffin looks like that.
Yeah, Blake Griffin with a mustache, bro. Look at this. Congratulations, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, Blake
it is
cannot guard
MVP.
that man.
Let's go.
The fact that they keep trying to run him, that's in this
And this
crazy.
is the
Alright,
most
bro.
lethal playing basketball, the Joel Embiid, James Harden pick and roll. You gotta love it. And where are you?
Oh
like,
my
no
God.
one was
No
not
defense.
exactly rolling. Yeah, exactly.
That's
It's a pick and
ridiculous.
pop. All the same action.
What were you saying about their
That's
two-man
DPOY
game?
smart, right?
It's money.
Nah,
and
that
on
right
Sunday.
there was okay.
And
That was
I was like, okay, this is his
MVP
night.
signs
Seven
are up.
footer
hitting those. God.
It's unreal. But watch
The PJ
this.
Tucker
James
three is
Harden
the one
in
that
corner,
killed us,
Great
bro.
awareness. Everyone's keyed in on Joel Embiid. He's smart enough to find the corner shot, which is the
Damer!
best three-point shot. And guess what?
Best
This
corner,
guy, he plays
best corner shooter of all time. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? PJ Tucker do me on
fire. Gotta
that.
love PJ Tucker.
And when it mattered the most, he struggled a little bit.
The
just early,
6'5"
but in the fourth
center.
quarter,
The
he
6'5"
could not
center.
miss
He
doesn't
from the
run
corner.
That's quick first step
And
Hall
the
of
threat
Fame.
of him there allows Joel Embiid to get straight to the hoop on this one.
Like what? Come on.
Doesn't
This was
dunk
a
very
statement.
often, by the way.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of neutral in these playoffs because my Bulls ain't there and I ain't got nothing else to say.
Joel going to
Yeah,
work
backs
over
off.
Grant Williams. Dishing
Another
back to the corner. PJ Tucker.
Hey, Jokic
Twice.
fans, who can
You know
pass
that's
too?
good.
Oh my.
The Sixers, they roll in this one, 103, 101.
Hey, you saw
This is
Jaylen Brown
Embiid's
on the
third
bench, though.
50-point game in the season.
I ain't worried. I
He's
ain't
the
worried.
first center
I
with
ain't
at least
worried.
3 50-point games in a season since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Okay.
and that was in
First
1971-72 when he had 5 of those games.
never
so
been
Janae
done
Gomake, what
before.
did you see
Historic.
from
Never
Joel
been.
Embiid?
That
Let me
sounds
tell
like
you this.
sounds like the case is
It is
closed.
so rare.
People are looking for reasons to vote for Embiid this year,
Right.
in the sense that Jokic has 2 MVPs, Giannis has 2 MVPs. After the other game the other night, I thought Giannis really played his way back into that first place conversation, not just in the top 3. But when you go out and get 52 points, and they needed all 52 of those points. This is the second time this year he scored more than half of his team's points.
Ooh.
His team scored 103, he had 52 of them.
Which is insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. And they all, the last time they played
That,
Boston, when they did
that's
have-
my career numbers right there,
games, but when they
man.
did have more of their players, came down to a buzzer beater. And so this is going to probably be your second round matchup. And I think Joel, in this game, gave you that game. If you're a voter that's on the fence, you're looking for reasons to vote for him, gave you that 52-point game that you could feel good about.
Perk looks like
Piss.
he's percolating on something.
Yes!
I'm not. Let me say
Yes!
this, okay? You know,
Logic.
about 3 weeks ago,
All right, hold on. But before KP blows our minds with some ignorance, real quick, right? they're relying on James Harden, who has historically melted under the playoff pressure, right? I would never, especially on the James Harden team, I can't look at any kind of regular season like games and try to base his performance in that game or compared to what he'd do in the playoffs. That's James Harden, but at the same time, it's not his team. It's Embiid's team, right? And Embiid really is putting up a good case for an MVP. I'm honestly, bro, if Giannis wins it, I wouldn't mind it. If Embiid wins it, I will only mind because of this idiot right here, right? But at the same time, he's playing at MVP level, so at the same time, I ain't gonna fault nobody for voting him. And then if Jokic wins it, I wouldn't mind that either, right? But at the same time, what is he gonna do in the postseason, right? You know what I'm saying? So MVP race is difficult, but at the same time, it also doesn't matter if it doesn't win you a title, right? That's all I'm gonna say.
Caused a whole lot of confusion. We're not about to dive into that.
Nah, you ain't caused confusion, bro. You was throwing lies.
I always wanted to know
Let's be real.
what was the criteria and what we was voting for us meeting the MVPs. And I said 3 weeks ago, it's going to come down to Tatum, Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic for me. And whichever team whichever guy team has the best record, that's who I'm voting for because they always 2 games apart. And so Giannis is going to finish with the best record. Now, on the other hand, would I like Embiid to win the MVP? Does he deserve it? Yes. And guess what? If he do win the MVP, although he's not getting big perk vote, I will be at his
pause it, bro.
His
Pause it, bro.
the case
Oh
may
my God. I haven't said this on a video in a long time. BFFR, bro. Be fucking for real. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yo, this is I ain't gonna lie, this is the most clown turnaround take I have ever seen. This is the definition of a just chatting streamer. You should start streaming, Kendrick Perkins. You might beat Rage and Hassan for just chatting streamer this year, dog. This is the definition of just chatting. Cause 4 weeks ago when we had all this hoopla about Jokic having white privilege and making the conversation about race, you had no problem making it about that and questioning everyone voting for Jokic when Jokic at the time had the best record and had MVP stats. You clearly just said in your take that the stats are too close, so I'ma just vote on who has the best record. When he made those comments a month ago, that was the case, Perk. That was the case. But you were all on the social media platforms on ESPN talking about, yo, everything is so inconsistent. I don't what's the criteria? What's the criteria? Just for you to turn around and just use the most basic criteria out of them all, which is just who is the best player on the best team. But when people said Jokic was the MVP 4 months ago for pretty much the same reasons plus historic stats, there was a problem back then. Shit makes no sense, dog. Shit makes no sense.
I'm gonna come clean because if one of my dogs see this in real life, they gonna think I'm being shady. Perk is exactly like one of my friends in real life. One of my friends, if he's watching this, he know what I'm talking about. I think him and Perk are cut from the same cloth where they have an idea that, bam, they don't want Jokic to win. They don't want him to get 3 MVPs. Whatever the case may be, they don't want Jokic to win this. Probably for the 3 MVPs. But because of whatever underlying reason they don't want to admit to the public, where they just don't want to say all out, they just throwing anything at the wall. And that's what makes this fucking race corny to me, because it's a lot of people like that. Like Souls just said, Jokic at a point in time, you could go VORP, true shooting percentage, EFG, whatever the fuck he was winning. And then at some point, bro was winning the points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks conversation. He was winning the field goal percentage, 3-point percent. He was winning the basic stats. So once that got out the way, it was wins. For a second, I think Embiid was like fucking with Jokic and wins. Maybe that's just wrong. But then once Jokic started clearly winning, it was no longer about wins. It was like, well, last year the wins didn't matter. Now we fast forward to today, and the king of Team Embiid is just like, whoever got the most wins, wins. And that's why I'm going Giannis. Which I'm not saying, and this is the problem with my bro. This is the problem with any person watching this video. Nobody here is caping for Jokic. So is might like Jokic. I like Jokic. Am I a Jokic fan? No. To be blunt, no. I don't really sit there and watch Nuggets games all the fucking time. He's not like one of my more favorite players. He probably wouldn't even sniff my top 20 favorite players. But the issue is y'all are just out here lying, or you actually got dumber this year, and it doesn't make sense to me, bro. Cause like motherfuckers is just talking. We're just talking now. Like, remember when people was pushing the Luka MVP agenda? It's the same thing. And I'm like, it's the same argument, and one's doing it better. And how the fuck? Because Luka got a bag? Like, it's just, motherfuckers just talking. Nobody's saying Giannis and Embiid don't have an argument. Honestly, I woke up like a week ago thinking I'm actually switching to Team Giannis. To tell you the truth. And the whole time, I'm like, but like, niggas is gonna keep lying. So at this point, last thing, I've dragged it for too long. At this point, I want Embiid to win, Souls. I want him to get the Here Nigga Damn Award. I truly do. I truly want the Here Nigga Damn Award, because I'd rather see that, and I'd rather see the following backlash for that, because I think it's more justified than either Giannis to win it, because if Giannis wins, it's a scapegoat. If Jokic wins, he's gonna serve hell for the rest of his career unless he wins a ring. Any year he doesn't win a ring, niggas gonna bring the shit up. So I want Embiid to get the Here Nigga Damn Award, so at least the backlash of it should have went to Jokic is just roll your eyes, okay, but it didn't. So I want Embiid to win. Tell you the truth. Like, y'all lucky I ain't.
You know what's crazy? Over the last couple of weeks, I've genuinely like asked the timeline, like, yo, what is Embiid's case? And I have actually been genuinely more open to Embiid winning the MVP, like period, point blank. But my problem is Kendrick Perkins came on national TV and made the whole thing about goalposts moving. We keep on moving the goalposts for Jokic and Embiid, X, Y, and Z. And then I'm looking at Kendrick Perkins' track record, and out of everyone in the media, bro is the one pushing the goalpost the most. I ain't gonna lie. He is the one moving the goalpost. First, it was about scoring, you know, who like no MVP in the last 30 years.
He did say that BS, man. He was in the last 30 years since 1990, but he didn't want to say before 1990, because before 1990 it was Magic. He said, oh, the 3 MVPs who didn't come in top 10 in scoring, do you know who those were? Jokic, Nash, and the whiskey. Those are his exact words, or something like that. Those are close enough to exact words, bro. But before then, it was Magic. So I don't know what he's speaking on, but like, he's not making these. And I like KP, bro. Every time he come on first take, breathing all hard and in his own house, talking about some. Well, Molly, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get a kick off that, but he just really be on that BS. I ain't gonna lie.
Has not been a top 10 scorer in the league, and then for you a month later to say, hey, just whoever ends up with the best record with 3 games left, by the way, 4 games left, so pretty much the records are all set. For you to say that is crazy. So now, like, magically, if Jokic gets the best record in the league, he's your MVP now. It's some clown shit, and it's sad, because I feel like if there's any beauty in the MVP conversation this season, is that it shows that the NBA community, and over the last couple of years, is that the NBA community is having more progressive conversations about player impact, and not just making it, yo, Steve Nash, you're the best player on the best team. Here's the MVP. Here you go. It's just the president of the award, so let's just give it to the best player on the best team. But for you to essentially revert all the progress is like, I don't know, bro. Like, just chatting. I literally, like, I keep on saying I don't know, but I swear to God, I'm just hearing words being said so that it sounds good and you can get a takeoff. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing, Souls, man. At the end of the day, like, this MVP shit is all over the place. My vote will go to motherfucking Kevin Durant. He get 26 points tonight. If he give me more than 25 and a half, Kevin Durant, my MVP for the night. That motherfucker, he got the pick. Let's put it that way. He got the pick tonight. He got the pick tonight.
And shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this.
No, bro, no. None of that. We don't do that. We don't do that right here. We don't do that right here. No, sir.
He's catching all the ice.
I don't get an ad, you know, either.
He's catching the ball at the right spots,
Yep.
right? We talk about the elbow and at the nail and things of that nature. For so long, it was like, oh, put Embiid on the post, which is the easiest spot to get double. So when you at that
trying to
middle
make
point in
Benny
those
Giannis work.
elbows and he have time to operate, all of a sudden he's able to be the best version of himself. So, you know, although I got Giannis, I mean, you know.
I mean, like, in his 52 points, right? Like, let's be real, right? Like, he was taking those elbow jumpers, but at the same time, he wasn't, like, backing them down from the elbow, right? He was, like, going face up, right? Like, against Blake Griffin. Since when did Blake Griffin ever play defense? One, especially now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who? Blake Griffin was known for what, bro? Dunking. When he was on the Clippers, bro. How many years ago? Okay. Now he trying to be a shooter. Shoot these nuts.
Okay, but look at this. I mean,
This is where he operated.
it's wild. 20 of 25, 52 points. And like you said, like he did not
This shit is
settle.
cute,
He didn't
though.
just like fall in love with their doubling me. It's harder to get to the paint.
Dang,
He's like,
boss,
I'm gonna
y'all
find
still
my
ain't
way
got no
through.
bigs,
You
huh?
have to go through it to get to it.
Dang.
What Joel Embiid has gone through is 2 seasons in a row in which he's been second in
Is it
MVP.
frozen for
I
you?
think this was the
Oh, never mind.
exclamation point to say, do not vote me second, vote me first. And I think the most important thing to really, when you compare all these things, best
Why
player,
this
best team,
though?
best record,
I don't know.
they're all in the same similar category, right? Like I believe the Bucks are 57 and 22. You know, the Sixers are what, 52 and 27, and so are the Nuggets.
Yeah.
They're all in the same vicinity. Then we start thinking
It's a
about who
5
had
game difference,
sensational
but I feel
seasons.
you.
Giannis, I think, is averaging his career high too, which is really falling under the radar. But we're seeing a center that is leading the NBA in scoring, 33.3
Second year in a
points
row.
per game,
Yeah.
second year in a row. Like to me, to see someone go over these 3-year span,
Right.
improve in playing more games and also deliver, to me, that's the type of history
Right.
that is maybe not in the same class as Jokic, because when we talk about breaking down the game, the free throw line is where both of them have done their damage. Joel Embiid has done it with his scoring. Nikola Jokic has done it with his facilitating. He gets the assist from the high post. I don't like to differentiate the two. I like that Joel Embiid has sort of said, this is my time, this is my award.
Right, and this year,
I disagree just
Yeah.
from the fact that she brought up seasons of the past.
That's what I'm saying. It's if we were doing MVPs, right? It's MVP of the season. It isn't a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It isn't like a lifetime award. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, MJ's last season in what 03, he should have won MVP. Does that make sense? Because he won 6 championships, 2 3-peats. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, bro. It isn't a lifetime. It isn't a lifetime award. This is what did you do this season award. So don't bring up other seasons, right? When you trying to vote for an MVP, that goes for anyone out there, honestly. But nobody with any kind of
Her argument, like the award should only be based off of the 82 games that have been
Yeah.
played starting in November of this year. That should be it. Period. Point blank. I don't want the award to be a pity award. I don't want the award to be based off a narrative. I don't want to set the precedence that will allow for voter fatigue to exist, even though certain players deserve it. Because that's how we get, I don't know, 1997 when Karl Malone
Exactly.
got the MVP over Michael Jordan, just because they were tired of MJ getting the fucking MVP.
Yeah.
That's the same reason as to why people these days are still mad about Derrick Rose getting the MVP over LeBron, even
Very
though
true.
in my opinion he had a better argument. But you know, like shit like that.
Hey.
like shit like that. But when we have these conversations,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Karl Malone won that award, bro. Y'all can look at it, bro. That man did not. He knew that he didn't deserve that award, bro.
like Kendrick Perkins and this panel is having right now, it allows for more room for the goalpost to be moved. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, and the problem with that is, if you keep on literally moving the goalpost every single year, then the MVP award just becomes a head-ass award. I'm being so serious. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's just you give it to whoever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, before the last couple of years, the consistency, while yes, certain players that played better than the MVP did not get it over the MVP, at least the MVP was consistent, and it wasn't just, who do we feel like giving it to this year?
Right.
And I do feel like over the last couple of years, it has been consistent. It's just in a different direction now. But then when we push it to this direction for the next 3 years, and then for the next 2, we're pushing it back to just best player on the best team, and then for the next 3, it's about value, and then for the next 5, it's best player on the best team, then that's when it becomes, what is the criteria? You know what I'm saying? But
And like I said, I can't judge a person who views basketball from the outside looking in and says it doesn't make sense. So an MVP is just supposed to go to the scoring champion who is a competent defender. That would change a lot of MVPs in history. I don't know if y'all know that, but it would change a lot. I'm just stuck on, and I'm petty, so I'm stuck on it. But a lot of people DM'd me, tagged me, said in group chats or whatever. And as we've seen in this clip, oh, this is GG's. This determines my shit, bro. 52 ain't even like a top 5 scoring performance this year. Like I don't understand. Like, is this supposed to be the best game of the 3? Because it's not. I don't. Do you think between Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, or even Embiid himself, that this is the best game? Because I don't think it is. It's the highest scoring game, but I don't think this is Embiid's best game. I know it ain't Jokic's best game. Jokic had like 40, 17, and 9 or something. And then Giannis not too long ago damn near dropped 50 himself, and Giannis, like, DPOY, to me, I think he got it. So I just don't I don't know. Yeah, he definitely got
this
is new. Sure. This is new. And like Soul said, to wrap it up, we've been progressing time and time again on what these awards should be. We've had 2 people in the past decade win an MVP, and they weren't even the 3rd seed. So we've been having this progressive idea time and time again. For this year's argument to essentially be based on past arguments or based on history, what I don't want to happen today is the most backwards circle shit. Like, I will say this, if Embiid does win, and I want him to get the Here Nigga Damn award, but if he does win, it will be not a factory reset, because let's face it, niggas just don't want Jokic to win. If Giannis wins, who cares? But it will be the most reset shit I've ever seen in my life. We would have taken 2 steps forward just to jump 5 steps back, just for, I don't know, entertainment.
What also annoys me too is how extreme people are with their arguments, because it's either they go like seasons past, like what we've been talking about, or they go game by game. It's not. We're never talking about the body of work for the whole season. It's Embiid smoked Jokic. Okay, Embiid got it today. And then a couple weeks later, Embiid's injured for this game. Oh, he's ducking smoke. He's ducking smoke. He's ducking smoke. And then even in the reverse, like a couple weeks after that, Embiid and Giannis played. Giannis dogged Embiid. No conversations about that though. Didn't hear much about that. Yep.
Man, I'm sorry. Giannis has been treated so unfairly this race. That's why I'm gonna feel bad if he wins. Because niggas gonna think he's the scapegoat award. Let me be clear. I honestly might be team Giannis right now. This ain't team Jokic shade, so I don't know. I truly don't know. It's obviously them 3. I might be team Giannis, dog. Giannis is dog. Look, Giannis is cooking. Giannis is cooking. He's the 1 seed. He has 5 games over everybody else in the race. He's arguably the DPOY. I know I said he probably is early, but he's definitely in the conversation. Like, this is ridiculous that he's not like getting press, and because he's not getting press, he's probably not going to win the award, because it's funnier to argue, is it about race? I don't know. So it's just corny. It's so corny, bro. I hate this year.
Yeah, and then when Embiid dropped 50, the conversation, yo, don't look at that box score with the Nuggets versus the Rockets, because Jokic got outplayed by Sengun and lost to the Rockets. I'm like, yo, when, like, literally the last time this has happened was when LeBron and the Lakers beat Giannis and the Bucks before, like, everything shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was like, hey, this y'all MVP? That's the only time this has ever happened, and that was 1 game. But for this to be like this is just nuts, dog. This is because even in 2017 was a crazy year. It was clearly Russ versus Harden. The stats were going back and forth. Even going back, I don't think anyone ever brought up the head-to-head matchups between them, and they played more often than Jokic and Embiid. Yeah, like, yo, this shit is corny, dog. Shit is corny.
All right, y'all. Regardless of who wins, I'll say this is the worst race of my life. But I'm going to enjoy these playoffs.
Man, let me put y'all like this. I'ma sign out. So, Soul and Sage, you know what I'm saying? Listen. At the end of the day, MVP don't matter, right? It's all about the championship. Jokic already got 2, like. Giannis already got 2. Embiid already got 2. Only one out of 3 that got a title is Giannis. That's what I'm saying. You can have as many MVPs as you want to, but if you ain't got no titles, then it don't matter, right? So that's all I'm saying, right? I'm gonna have I'm gonna have fun with these playoffs. I'm gonna do. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? We gonna cover the playoffs. We'll go game by game. I might do daily uploading. Maybe, I don't know. May do daily uploading, but at the end of the day, show me who wins the title. That's all I'm gonna say. That being said, man, I'm out.